let's have a look at student test 1. Okay. Well, the code for the first few lines are the same. See? Are the same as in the slide. But I do have some extra code. And we'll go through the code one by one. Okay. So what about these few lines? Okay. This is an example that shows how we can compare X doesn't play any role here, so I'll get rid of it. Whoops. Trái. Good. Okay. So, this is the code for checking if S2 is actually written by class graduate student. All right, S2 is declared as student, okay? But there may be times that we actually want to know the actual class that used to implement the code, okay? And that can be achieved by the method getClass, okay? S2.getClass gives a string representation of the class that actually was used to create it with the new command, okay? So we knew graduate student, and S2.getClass will give us student, well, class student.graduate student string. Okay, so it's the class that we want, right? Is it S2? Well, it's actually a graduate student, so this if statement should print yes, our wanted class, all right? Otherwise, it's not, okay? So let's print. It takes a bit of time because I run using my Gradle setting, but it should be very similar, okay? With normal command line. Yes, well, it's a wanted class, see? So that's the printout. What if it's not? Let's say I change to S3 instead. S3 is actually a student, so it's not a graduate student. All right, so let's say I change to S3. And this one S3 as well. And see what happened. Okay, it's autosave. So it says it's not a wanted class, and in this case, the else statement print the actual class that we use to new the object for S3. So it's class student.student, okay? So that's what we have, okay? Right? Okay, how about other examples? Let's see. Let's comment this one out first. Okay, the next example is the use of instance of, and let's focus on this one. So this is using the command instance of which is testing if S1 can be regarded as type undergraduate student. All right? So it's kind of testing similar things to the method get class, but the meaning is slightly different. Okay? The get class method means what is the exact class that we use to create the object with the command new. Okay? This one is a bit more general because it's asking if S1 can be regarded as undergraduate student. Okay? So if S1 new undergraduate student, this will be true. So in that aspect, it's the same as this class. But there are also other things that allow S1 to be regarded as undergraduate student as well. Okay? So this one is more generic. Okay? It can test other types compatibility. Okay? So maybe H1, even though it's not new undergraduate student, it can be made to be regarded as undergraduate student in some other ways. Okay? So that's the meaning of instead of. And in this example, when we try to do this if, okay, is S1 regarded as type undergraduate student? If so, print S1 is undergrad student. All right, and also in the code, it has casting where it casts S1 to undergraduate student as well. So it compiles. Well, casting usually compiles because we are forcing the compiler to acknowledge that S1 is of this type. All right, but it may not run if S1 is not new from undergraduate student. Okay, so, well, but in our example here, S1 new from undergraduate student. So S1, even though it's a type student, it can be regarded as undergraduate student. All right, because it's really that type. The actual object is that type, so it's regarded as undergraduate student. So the if statement is, well, the Boolean check for the if statement is true, and it should print S1 is undergrad, and the casting to cast to undergrad student and to use writers later on, which in this case I don't have the code, but this casting is legal. Casting the S1, which is a student by its type, to undergraduate student. All right, and then store this undergraduate student in another undergraduate student variable. So this can be done because the actual object is undergraduate student. All right, so it has all the functions, all the methods, all the variables that writers can access as undergraduate student. So this is allowed. So we can actually try running it. And it says S1 is undergrad. See? The printing is correct. All right. So that's instance of. And also, this is also true. Is S1 regarded as a student? Well, S1 is declared as a student, so this one is true. All right, and it should bring S1 is student. All right, so that's the difference. All right, remember when we went through the get class, when I use S3, it doesn't regard, right? When I use S3, it doesn't regard S3 to be graduate student. All right. So get class. Well, maybe that's not very direct comparison. Let me do a direct comparison. So I'll use S3. Okay, I'll use S1. Okay. Well, I can leave it as S2, but I'll change this to student. Okay. I think this is a more direct comparison. Okay. So, okay, let's comment this one out. Oops. Okay. So, this one can be regarded as undergraduate students and student by the command instance of. But if we use get class, okay, if we use get class, can S2 be regarded as both graduate student and student? So we try it with graduate student. Let's try it with student. Okay, and see what happened. Okay, let's run. See? It's not. Because get class matches only the exact class that it knew from. Okay? It matches the exact class only. But instead of matches the class and the type. Okay? So that's the difference. But you may meet either of these in your program. Okay? When you want to, write some tests that actually test whether your variable is of another type too, so you can use it as another type for sure. Okay, so you have get class and instance of a variable. Okay, right, let's end this video for now.